Alrighty, just want to do a quick, I guess, review, maybe a little troubleshooting video on the Comfort Pro APU. So if you see my last video, this truck is a 2018, so the APU is pretty new. It has 1,326 hours on it, which it was actually supposed to be serviced at 1,000 hours, and it never happened. Which actually, I don't know if it's because it wasn't serviced or what has actually caused me a few problems. Last night I spent the night in Minnesota, and it was like 5 degrees out, I think, and so I woke up and, well, actually I went to bed, and the truck was at like 80 degrees because I actually, so the thing wouldn't start. So I warmed the truck up, and then got it hot in here, got it up like 80 degrees, and then our trucks don't idle, so they shut off after, I don't know, maybe like 4 minutes or something like that. So, and like the gas pedals are so fussy, so it's kind of hard to put anything on there to make it stick right. That's not gonna make it bounce off the rev limiter all night. So, but overall, these are really good units. I actually like the sound when I'm sleeping, and that just because I'm used to sleeping with a fan or whatever, so I don't mind the sound of them. And I haul all pretty much reefer loads, so you got the reefer running every once in a while too. But now, so yesterday, it would turn on, I'd push the button, and then it would say like engine run check. I'll show you in a second here, but it would go through it like 5 times, and then it would end up saying a message of crank limit. And basically what that means is it's not going to start. So I don't know, it's done it to me once before, and then I drove for like another 200 miles or something like that, and then I stopped for a little bit or whatever the case was, and I pushed the button again, and it started right up just fine. So I have no idea. I was talking to a tech today, because that really made me mad. I mean, it was like, I woke up yesterday and it was 46 degrees in here, and that's cold. I mean, I slept with my winter coat on, my pants, blanket, and a sweatshirt with the hood, and I was freezing. So but what it could mean, if yours is saying crank limit, is it could be either the glow plugs are bad, or glow plug, because all the coolant from the engine, so like if your engine's warm, say you just parked for the night, your engine's warm, that coolant goes through the motor of the APU, so in turn it warms up the APU and keeps it warm, so it starts a little easier. The glow plugs don't have to work quite as hard. So it could be that maybe the engine was cold when I tried to start it for some reason, and that the glow plugs aren't good enough to make it start. I don't know. It could also be a fuel issue. The fuel filter could be clogged up or whatever. So I'm going to get in here one of these next couple days and get it serviced, and then hopefully that'll take care of all the problems. But just to go through it now, back to the point. To go through it, you have your time displayed on here. Today's date, Monday, 24 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That means it's off right now. And then it also has the APU with a little line through it. So then if you go ahead and push on, then it'll start to blink, and that means it's just monitoring the temperature in the truck. So right now it's 75. So if we want to change that, we can hit our menu button, and then you got to hit it one more time for set temperature. Now it'll let me control what I want it to be at. So we'll crank it up to, we'll actually crank it down for now. We'll crank it down to 72 degrees, and then you got to hit menu one more time. Once you select your temperature, you hit menu, and then you can hit escape, and then that'll pop up. It's going to cool it down in here, so just give it a second. Then that'll be on there, and then it'll say engine run check here in a minute once it actually starts. So there you go, it's running, and then it'll run for a second or two, and then it'll turn on the fan and everything for the bunk. And then yeah, you can change your, have to wait till the fan gets going, but then we can change our fan speed from high to low. There's also some other things you can do on here. I don't know if our company lets us mess with any other stuff, but there's like temp start, so if it's below a certain temperature, it'll start it. Max run time, time and date, voltage, system configuration, So now we'll hit escape to get out of that. And now since the fan is on high right now, we can change it to low. So that does that. And then once it gets down to, I'll just, for instance, I'll show you here. We'll just change the temperature again. Menu, crank it back up to 75. Menu to set it, and escape. Then it'll probably turn off here in a second because it's 75 degrees in here already. But it'll just turn off by itself. So just want to do a quick video on the Comfort Pro. Like I said, overall it's a pretty good unit. I mean, a lot of guys complain about them, and yeah, I guess probably when they get up there in hours they start getting a little finicky, but when they're new, and I've really never had a problem with any APU. I mean, my last truck was a 2016. I don't remember how many hours were on that, but I'd guess there was a good amount of hours on there. So, and that still ran really good too. So overall, good unit. I can power my microwave and stuff with it. I try to usually idle the truck even for a couple minutes if I'm going to use the microwave, just because that's a lot of juice for it. But yeah, overall it does great. So any questions, you can comment below. Thanks.